and we are grateful to have you joining us for this Feast Week. Welcome to ACC Network Basketball presented by Food Lion. We're inside John Paul Jones Arena, where history will be made today. Never before have these two storied programs met in women's basketball. It's the 25th ranked 4-0 Oklahoma Sooners of the Big 12 facing the ACC's Virginia Cavaliers, 3-0 on the year.
And then posting up big in the block and give her the ball.
And she is coming off a game with 12 points and 7 rebounds against William and Mary as the tip. And Oklahoma has the first possession of the game. They've got a freshman in the starting lineup. A lot of new faces for Oklahoma after losing 3 all Big 12 players and another starter to injury. Virginia pushing, a lot of new faces for Virginia as well. Brooke, that's kind of the way it is in women's basketball this year.
It's the game these days. I mean, you're always looking at 8, 9 new players as Oklahoma gives you a taste. Lexi Keys off to a good start, Brenda. We mentioned that for her, important for them, and her shooting well from the outside.
Yeah, here's the starting lineup for Virginia. Jillian, J.J. Brown coming off a great game. Kamora Johnson, a terrific freshman. Alexia Smith in that starting lineup for Virginia.
Number 20, when she's got her mind made up going toward the bucket, she's so strong. And as we mentioned in the open, Coach Mock said she got herself in great shape. 1v1, she is tough to guard.
Averaging almost 17 points a game. She's shooting 90% from the free throw line and loves to get there. Here's the starting lineup for Oklahoma. Nevaeh Tot, that only returning starter for Oklahoma. Verhulst, Keys, Van, and the freshman Sahara Williams in the lineup. And both these teams love to attack, and that's what you're seeing early. Oklahoma on the run. Nevaeh Tot on the baseline. Little teardrop, gets it to go. Number 33 for Virginia, and she played in the William and Mary game, so this is her second appearance. But Virginia going to have to try to find some rotations because they've had so many injuries to deal with.
Her going off, you could hear her scream through the screen, and one, when she hit that bucket. And it's so great to see her and Paris Clark back and be able to play the game they love, as Oklahoma is shooting nicely here from the floor today to start once again on the road against the Power 5. Not scared.
That was Skylar Van, 2-time 6th player of the year in the Big 12, now in the starting lineup this year. And a nice jumper goes down for Virginia as Alexia Smith hits that.
A good read and a play for Alexia Smith coming off that screen and pull up for the mid-range jump shot.
And you saw a good look at Coach Mox in her second season. What a great year she had in her first year, tripling the number of victories for Virginia, but a turnover out to Aubrey.
Raina Scott, sorry Brenda, Raina Scott being in there so defensive and disruptive. Her finding Aubrey Jones, they work really well together in the transition.
And there she is again, passing it up ahead. This time, well, and we knew from both these coaches, this is the style of play that they want. It's really in Oklahoma's wheelhouse, but it's what Virginia wants to do as well. They missed the three-pointer there, and they have to be careful here in the early going not to shoot themselves out of it. Scott, and because of injury, have not played this year. They now have both made their first appearances. McGee, the freshman, missing on that shot. Skylar Van was fouled.
Of course, Paris Clark with her ankle injury. McLean injured her knee January 8th, and great to see Lawson back in the game. It was funny to hear Coach Mox talk about, yes, the new players, they just saw her play, and they're like, wow.
Until the last week or so. So there's a lot of learning as we look back at that Aubrey Jones basket, and she's fouled to go to the free throw line.
It's a good cut by Jones right down the middle of the lane. You know, one thing that you can do and make plays throughout the game is read and react. Right, the give and goes, or hey, this is just like that. Sam Brunel making improvisation. Coach Mox talked about what a great teammate she is and wants to be. And I hope Sam Brunel, I hope she plays as long as she wants and sticks in the game of basketball, because we need her.
Yeah, her energy is contagious. What a nice rim run there. One of those very talented freshmen, McGee. Culleton muscles the rebound. And Culleton hits the first one. Basketball coverage continues with the number 19 Louisville Cardinals hosting the Bucknell Bison at 4 Eastern, 3 Central. Catch all the action on ACC Network and the app. Oh, not beautiful dish for that shot. And a couple of freshmen connecting on that.
When's the last time Cameron Taylor got a touch? All right, now let's see what she can do. Yep. Good to get at the line. Get it back to Taylor, who, again, you give her that ball near the paint, near the block, she's gonna convert.
Last year's second team All ACC, just so hard to handle one-on-one. And even though they're on an 8-1 run right now to get back in this ball game. High-low pass deflected, good defense, and then another foul called on Oklahoma. There's some of that disciplined defense.
That's a young point guard who grew up so close to the university.
Yeah, she served as a ball girl for the Cavaliers when she was younger. For a time, she wanted to go away, and then when she got to meet Coach Mox, decided she was going to stay and be a part of this program.
It's awesome to hear how important that is, too, great back to our game.
And the freshman Johnson setting things up. Using the screen, out top, splashes it home, and it's a three-point ball game.
To have a set play like that where you know you can get that rhythm. I always love going right to left crossover, using that screen, that pull-up jumper in rhythm. Johnson hits it with poise.
Yeah, the poise that Virginia has shown here after being down by 11 and then to chip away. There's about a 2-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Skylar Van banks it home, and she's fouled in the paint.
Looks like she took a shot to her midsection, maybe trying to catch her breath, too, at the line. And it looks like her lip is bloody. That lower lip.
Yeah, it sure does. Van completes the three-point play. Virginia with 6.7 seconds to try to score. Nice dish off, but blocked in the paint. What a block. Has really made a big move just in her first year, and she's got a lot of talent on this roster.
No doubt, signing the number 13 class when you look at everybody on board, as well as top 35 transfer class. Coach Mox is building the culture, and that's what she really abides by. The mottos: grind now, shine later, progress being a process. It's about being real. As the shot clock runs down, Oklahoma gonna get one. They are about building young ladies to be at their best, and great basketball players. So if I'm a young basketball player and it fits the system, I can shoot any position on the floor. Yeah, I'm going to take a meeting with either coach.
Top of the key, and Virginia still struggling from three-point range.
And able to help themselves plenty on the offensive glass. 7 seconds or less. What we're looking at, I feel like, for this game. And Culleton with her size at 6'3" and disrupting in the paint. That's a good defensive substitution.
Johnson.
Yep, Oklahoma said, you got to beat us from the outside.
And Brunel spins, can't get it to drop.
You heard how hard that ball sounded when Sahara Williams grabbed the rebound? It was like bang.
For Verhulst, she hit the banker from the other side and then swishes that one from the left to give Oklahoma their biggest lead of the game.
Look, usually the basketball guys give you one. See the speed and pace of this game maybe starting to affect players just a little bit as they're settling in. Now we're seeing the physicality of this league.
And Caden Lawson, who is playing in her first game back from injury, 2 knee surgeries in the offseason, is playing physical, getting right back into the action.
18 starts last season. She said, I remember what it feels like to be out here. I welcome this. And Brunel, once again on the floor, always making the diving plays. Okay, pass. a wealth of offense at your fingertips, and then it becomes, is everybody willing to take, the best shot available for the team at the right time? It's about decision making, and sometimes like, hey, just go out and get a bucket. You'll see a lot of give and goes and reads off the Oklahoma offense, especially from that high elbow, the post area.
Verhulst over to Van, and
competitive as heck. They're going to go after this ball. She said, I'm good, coach. You're going to take me out.
Brunel tries to sneak it through two Oklahoma defenders, and Van pushes on the fast break. And then that goes off the... Sam Brunel's too long.
And if you're a player watching, this is why it's so important to be in shape, because this is still considered the beginning of the season. And you see, like, some shots were hit. There was a lot of finesse in that first part of the game, so this is where it gets physical. Conference play is a new animal. March is a whole nother beast.
But how about that?
Perfect person to get it going for Oklahoma, she said. I see your scoring drought. I hear you announcers talking about us.
Johnson trying to go up underneath.
And Coach Baranczyk says she feels like she's like the mother hen of the group, which is a great thing until it's time to be selfish and shoot the ball more. Got to have mama time then.
Oklahoma on an 8-0 run right now. Make that 10.
Anytime you want to try to get back into a game, for me, it always starts with defense, with being vocal. And so because you have players, that's being physical and vocal. I like that as well. That was the play maybe Virginia needed. You just asked me what they need, right? Well, that will hype anybody up. Let's see how they flex on offense now, especially with a minute and a half left.
Brown behind her back in traffic. Beautiful pass to set up Brunel.
The block by McGee gives life to her teammates. Brown with a great dish to Brunel. The senior able to connect.
Top of the key, Williams. Aubrey Jones there to collect it. Maybe not the best shot for the freshman, but Jones, Virginia has a chance. And a travel.
Scott has been a difference maker this year. Now, when she's making these great decisions on offense as well, look, fast break, perfectly placed pass, transition three, that gives you rhythm. And then right here, look, the defense surrounding her, but then they kind of back off. So she's like, cool, I'm going to take my shot now. Great decision making. Look at this pass, spin move, right on point to a cutting keys of the basket. Those are the little things, Brenda. When you put those things together, you can see why the lead is what it is. So Virginia, how they got back, how do they get back in this game? Well, they were successful early on because they were able to create some pick and roll situations, get the ball down inside. And the goal was to try to stop that fast break at half court. So if you can see an orange uniform stop the white ball or white uniform around midcourt, that V, they're doing their job defensively.
They're trying to get the ball to Cameron Taylor. You saw the stats. She was held to just 1 point in the second quarter. She's leading the way for Virginia with 7 points, just 2 of 5 from the field. Oklahoma is led by Aubrey Jones with 12 points. And a three-pointer, Nevaeh Tot. Oklahoma continuing to be hot from three-point range. They're 8 of 17 now from beyond the arc.
How about Tot with the hot release? I mean, that ball was on fire when it touched her hand. She is a quick shot. Great setup, too, with her footwork. And for Virginia, they have to do a better job of guarding that out of bounds. That was a one pass to a perfect shot for them. So you get a mid-range finally.
Yeah, we've talked about the freshmen for Virginia, McGee and Johnson, facing some tough competition. These freshmen learning what they need to do against this level of competition. And then a foul.
Now from Virginia in those early games is their ability to get better as the game goes on. A lot of times, as you know, those will carry on over into the game. I don't believe in the announcer jinx for teams that win or lose, but yes, for the free throw, I do. It's something about it. That's why I stayed quiet, too. I was like, no, I'm not doing that to her.
Skylar Van.
See Johnson resetting the offense here. I like that. Not a lot available. You want to see a good screen. We'll slip there instead of the use of the screen. Seeing what needs to be done and said, all right, let me create a little two-man game here.
Beautiful shot by Clarkson, and then a turnover for Oklahoma. McGee from the corner, no. And then a good offensive rebound.
Because of how tough the post players are.
The ACC Live premieres tonight, highlighted by Notre Dame women's soccer, NC State men's soccer, and Louisville field hockey. You'll get unprecedented access into the lives of the student athletes, coaches, staffs, parents, and fans, 6 Eastern, right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app.
Brenda, she just makes a play. That was a broken offensive possession. She didn't hesitate. She literally took control of the ball, and she said, all right, I'm just going to shoot it.
Now 3 players in double figures for the Sooners. And, boy, we have seen a lot of really good play from Olivia McGee on both ends of the court for Virginia.
Yeah, it's been exciting to watch her in this game. Yeah, as we mentioned, take the pace when you have it and then go in for the power. Yeah, another hustle play. Look, Olivia McGee getting after it and led on that fast break. Like Kamora Johnson.
Smith misses. Wow. Offensive rebound and put.
This is why the post players were of concern for Oklahoma, because of plays like that, being able to take up that space.
Going to the line before that.
So we do have to take some of the blame for that, don't we, I guess, just because we're calling the game.
We said it on our last trip to the line.
Fair enough. Look at Clarkson.
And she brings energy to the team. And Taylor Tannenbaum will come to you from Charlotte at 4.
Being vocal is an underestimated talent in the game. It's like adding a whole nother player to yourself on defense.
And another
to have your players and bodies on the floor, and you may be able to go through some repetitions in practice to create some scenarios, but you can't create chemistry.
One of the best players on this team last year, she is not back. Last year they were 12-3 with her. Landry Allen with the turnaround jumper. No good for Oklahoma. And don't despair, Virginia fans, because this Cavaliers team has significantly outscored its opponents in the fourth quarter.
Good job by Oklahoma, who has not scored, as you see, in the last 3 minutes and 17 seconds.
Johnson. Taylor straight away.
Somebody expanded her range in the offseason. She looked mighty comfy out there.
This is the closest Virginia has been since 8:02 remaining in the second quarter. And Oklahoma can't answer. Here comes Virginia.
That rebound tipped by the 5'7" guard, Kamora Johnson, who loves to go in there with the bigs and pull down about 4 or 5 a game herself.
Corner. No. And Virginia has come back. And that's good news for Virginia, because they have been outscoring their opponents by 15 in the fourth quarter in their first 3 games this year. These first couple of minutes, Brooke, are going to be very important.
Yeah, no doubt. The start of the game was important, of course, but it's always about the end and how you finish. And for Virginia, they got to make sure they get physical, control these boards, and look to capitalize on moments, right? I'm just looking at the stats here. They've got plenty of offensive rebounds, 11, but just 7 points to account for those offensive boards. So you think about, those moments, or the threes, or getting turnovers. Are they converting turnovers to points? That's a great pass. And Johnson just trying to get up any way she can.
So physical with the offensive boards. Virginia will trigger it in.
And you see Taylor part of that high ball screen. Her and Clarkson, you can utilize that because then you can put Clarkson in that mid-post range. And she gets bumped off course, though.
Floater, Johnson. 18 fast break points in the first half. They had 0 in the third quarter. Virginia has not allowed them to score quickly. But there's a big three, a big answer for Skylar Vann from three-point range.
How big has Skylar Vann been? 6 boards to go along with all these threes she's knocking out. Cam Taylor, her timing is so good. Reading the offensive rebounds.
Three-pointer again. Verhulst missing that one. And then a couple of players getting tied up. They're going to call the foul, though.
You're knowing the physicality that awaits her when she comes down and how vital it is to get these quick scores. And have a check-in. Good little reassurance tap from Coach Mox. And it leads to a steal from McGee.
It's the 4th foul on Taylor, so she has to go to the bench, and McGee can't convert in transition.
That's a killer, Brenda. Those are momentum killers.
Lexi Keys knifing through traffic, tips it out to Vann. Oklahoma with another possession. And then I believe a 3-second call.
If you're Virginia, you just want to try to disrupt and confuse and try to get them to take shots in a hurried fashion. Because you're the one becoming more disciplined as the game's going on. I think Oklahoma can feel that.
Strong to the basket. What a move and an opportunity for an and one. They've gotten back within 6 with Clarkson and the free throw line.
You know, another part of the stat sheet I was just looking at, Brenda, was we had mentioned Oklahoma with those early, I think they had 11 assists on their first 13 field goals. They don't have that same type of number now.
Matt Siegel is our stats man, and 56 possessions in this game. The average for a game is 140.
You know, these are high-level athletes. They train all summer long in the preseason, and now you throw some competition in here. And when you induce those types of situations, you're going to create a little more panic and anxiety, right? And that's just natural. So that's going to take a toll on your energy as well.
That one goes out of bounds.
Power 5 conferences last year. So to be at 61 here when they just dropped 80 on Ole Miss is a big deal. Because dropping 80 on Ole Miss, yes, they beat Ole Miss on the road. And I exaggerated saying 80 on the road at Ole Miss is like 150 anywhere else. But it does feel like that.
Backdoor cut.
That's where Raina Scott makes great reads. The give and go, make a play late in the game. We need a bucket, Raina. Go get us one.
Splitting the defenders and a smooth move for London Clarkson. Clarkson has had quite a second half as she has 13 now.
I really enjoy watching the way that she's able to use her strength and touch all within the same play.
Skylar Vann goes up. And Cameron Taylor is back on the court with those 4 fouls. So Coach Mox rolling the dice a little bit with a little over 5 minutes to play. Brown steps back. No. And a big rebound for Culleton. And a steal and a turnover. Johnson one-on-one against Keys. Kind of throws it up wildly, but there's Taylor to clean it up.
Taylor has been at the right place at the right time quite a bit today.
It's a 6-point ball game. Nice cut, nice pass. What a tough shot for Williams, the freshman.
Find London Clarkson. You go inside, you find her. Immediately, or Taylor, I was going to say, who is comfortable from there. But that's where Virginia has lived today.
That's right, in the paint, and McGee gets the tap ball. It was actually Oklahoma that tapped it on the rebound right into the hands of McGee, and McGee in double figures. She's got 12 points for Virginia.
Now they have the number 25 team here on their home floor. They're trying to steal a win from them, so you can imagine the pride that these Virginia players are feeling, and meanwhile Oklahoma is not a team to panic. They have a lot of offensive options. And they're going to use them. They're not going to be shy about shooting late in this game.
Sahara Williams, the freshman, makes both free throws to extend the lead to 8. Virginia got as close as 5 points. It was 60-55, but Oklahoma has been able to extend it. Johnson goes back, and another missed 3, but it's the offensive rebounds. Virginia with 18 offensive rebounds in this game and 15 second chance points. Johnson, they just keep missing the three-pointers. 1 for 22 from distance for the Cavaliers.
And I have mixed feelings about the threes because ultimately they're leading to a lot of offensive putbacks for Virginia. And it's led to a lot of success for Oklahoma today, early and late. So for Virginia, I'd say, your first option to score is still try to go inside. The three ball it's just been too unlucky for you today.
McGee off the screen. Lexi Keys hit the three-pointer on this end of the court on the last possession for Oklahoma. They're 12 of 28 from three-point range, and they track down that offensive rebound. Keys again, no. Sahara Williams with the putback.
That was a monster rebound for Sahara Williams. Saying, I got your offensive boards too. We got some of our own. Now, to me, Brenda, I watch Oklahoma, and they're dribbling more and passing less. It's leading to difficult contested shots. So Virginia making them put the ball on the floor has also been effective for them.
Williams dials up the 3, and it's just been too much from beyond the arc. 13 three-pointers for the Sooners in this game.
Sahara Williams on 2 possessions. Big-time plays, offensive rebound. That'll create even more energy for your team. And then a cross-court pass, and she said, yeah, I'll take that 3. That's what I meant. They do not hesitate about shooting at any time in the game. Van wanted that ball. She had a great clear out. But Williams had a bigger lane.
And now Williams is in double figures, and that puts 5 Sooners in double figures, and Verhulst with the rejection.
Little exclamation point there for Verhulst. Whose career-high 3 blocks against Oral Roberts. Helped them push through, that slump there. Here they are able to put up 80 again.
Yeah, they weathered some adversity here. Virginia made it tough the end of the third quarter and into the fourth. But Oklahoma was able to regain its composure.
They'd be in this game, Brenda, if they were able to convert more fast break opportunities off these turnovers and hit some offensive rebounds. Okay, Euro, give it to me, freshman.
Well, both these teams are testing themselves. At tournament in Fort Myers, Florida, this Virginia squad is going to be going down to Grand Cayman and playing Tulane. And, oh, by the way, the defending national champion LSU in that tournament. So this is one of those games that will make both these teams better. They still don't have Mira McLean, waiting for her to come back, as Brown knocks down just not able to knock down another 3.
Yeah, it looked like it went in. It hit it all net. It just didn't hit go through the rim and then hit the net.
Well, Oklahoma comes away with the victory. It's the first non-conference loss